Hi everyone. Let me just fix this. Well, let me fix this a little bit. Okay, let's see. There. I think better. Alright. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. If you're new joining me, my name is Kara from Goddess to Goodness. And I decided to jump on tonight because the energies for the last couple of days were kind of, well, to be honest, they were just harsh. So give me 1 second here. I'm just going to share this really quick on my other pages. And I hope you guys had a beautiful Valentine's Day and a beautiful day off today if you had the day off. And so let's see here. Give me 1 second. And I'm just waiting for people to jump on here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. So give me 1 second. We're going to jump right in. I'll be doing mini readings as well by donation. If you guys are interested in that, all the information is in the description or the title of this video. And let's see here. Come on. There we go. So, and so anyways, I know, oh geez, okay. So I know yesterday, hello, how are you? Sorry here, just bear with me for like 2 seconds. Okay. And why isn't it? Sorry, I'm not used to using Facebook on a laptop for sure. Like, okay. Where is that? Wow. All right. More options. There we go. Share to a group. All right, they're changing everything on me. All right, and so again, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your Valentine's Day was fantastic. And let's see. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you guys for being here, and I really appreciate when you guys like jump on, and I love to interact with you guys. And so. All right, one more here. Sorry, guys. I appreciate you. Okay, jeez. Okay. All right, one more, guys, and then we are on our way. Okay. And so the first thing I want to share with you is I was actually called to share this with everybody. So I bought this book. My friend, actually, it's called Women Inspiring Nations. I'm Still Standing. They sell it on Amazon. It's actually a bestseller. But hi guys, thanks for joining. I'm glad to have you here. I hope you're having a good day. But my friend Chernika, actually, she runs a skincare business called Deja Vu Skin, and she actually wrote a passage in here, and it's from all different women, and it isn't just to do with women. It's just for anyone it resonates with and applies to. I read it this morning, and I read hers first, and I have to say, like, how much it resonated and really made an impact on me. So before I do get to the reading, I'm going to share this because I think it may resonate with a lot of you, especially with the energies that have been going on lately. Okay, and it's short, so I'm gonna read it for you guys. So I'm Chernika L. Corbett, and I'm the owner of Deja Vu Skin. I'm a mom, fiance, sister, and aunt. I love to travel, read, cook, and spend time with my family. I work as a case manager for the homeless population for 10 years and became a certified domestic violence counselor, working with battered women as well as men. I still help out on the emergency hotline for domestic violence when needed. These days, you could find me supporting my passion along with my family, creating quality products for myself as well as others. I also send out positive affirmations to women daily to keep them uplifted and feeling great about themselves. I believe that self-care is a priority and not a luxury. It should be practiced daily in order to be at peace mentally, physically, and emotionally. And actually, sorry, that was, okay. And so the title of this is Constantly Pouring from an Empty Cup. Led Me to Self-Care, and this is by Trinika El-Kribe. It was June 26, 2019. This was the start of my life changing physically, mentally, and emotionally. The day started just like any other. I made my long commute to work and sat at my desk preparing for my day. I remember not feeling well. I was a little dizzy and my head was hurting. I chalked it up to just another headache that'll go away once I pop those Excedrin. My boss walked in and said, "You don't look well, Trinika. You're really pale." I told her I had a slight headache and I'd be fine. However, my boss insisted that I have my blood pressure checked by one of the nurses to be on the safe side, and I agreed. Once they checked my blood pressure, it read 230 over 90, which is extremely dangerous, and I was told I needed to be transported to the hospital immediately. I called Monica, my sister, and my fiance Harvey to advise them I was being transported to the hospital, and that was the last thing I remembered. Apparently, I had been in the hospital for 12 hours. When I woke up to Harvey sitting by my bedside, it made me smile, but it also made me sad. It made me sad because I had no control. I felt helpless, and I felt like I couldn't accomplish anything by being laid up in a hospital bed. Harvey said it was unacceptable because I was way more important, not just to him, but to my daughters and my family, and giving up is not an option. Whatever support I needed, he said, he had me no matter what. I was happy to be alive, but I had so many questions. The one that stuck out with me the most was, why me? And when I was advised I would be in the hospital until they could get my blood pressure under control, I was like, this is not the right move now. I was ready to go, but the doctor said, don't ask when you're leaving because this is not something that can be rushed. I guess God said, you weren't seeing all the signs that I was giving you, so I had to take you out for a minute. This is your wake-up call. It took me out, but as we all know, sometimes being stubborn, hard-headed, and acting like you're invincible just makes your road to recovery harder than it has to be. A week later, I was out of the hospital and I hit the ground running. In my head, I was fine and I could go back to work and resume normal life. I started doing my normal running around, running the business, doing everything for everyone, like I wasn't just in the hospital. And I noticed I was starting to get the constant headaches again, and that's when reality set in. I wasn't ready. I stayed up late at night crying because I felt like I had failed people around me because being sick wasn't an option. Slowing down was not an option. I was the person that made things move, and I made things happen on so many different levels. If I couldn't do that, it meant I failed on all those levels. I started to ask what is wrong with me and wondered, why couldn't I bounce back like normal? It was so damn frustrating. This made me snap at people and isolate myself. Unless it had to do with running the business, people would see me smiling, laughing, and joking. But I had become good at hiding my feelings and emotions. I got so good at it, I was hiding it from myself. I was self-destructing and ignoring all the signs, yet again. Since I couldn't go back to work without clearance from the doctor, my fiance and I went away to California. It was the first time I felt at peace in so long. It was like I had no care in the world. I sat on the beach and wrote everything that I was feeling in my journal, and it was like a weight lifted. I knew then I needed to work on me and healing myself. It didn't matter how many times people talked to me about taking care of me. I needed to recognize that for myself. That, of course, was easier said than done. The way I'm set up, I didn't know how to relax and work on me. I just knew how to tell others how to do it and how important it was, not just for adults, but also for kids. I felt like a hypocrite because I was promoting self-care and self-love, but I wasn't doing the same for me and for myself. After feeling sorry for myself for way too long, I started my journey of self-care, self-love. I began to take my journal writing seriously and taking the time to meditate, pray, and celebrate life and myself for the queen that I am. While doing this, I noticed a change in myself that I loved. It felt good to be at peace. I was loving this journey, things to be going well for me mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then one day on my commute to work, I got a text that my Uncle Ben had passed. I was feeling all kinds of emotions, with sadness being right up at the top. And on my way home the same day, my Uncle Tima had to be rushed to the hospital after a fall. When it happened, I didn't know that my uncle would never come home again. I felt like my anxiety was getting the best of me. Losing another uncle couldn't be happening right now. While preparing for my uncle's funeral, I received another call that my Aunt Jeanette had just passed away. My heart broke. My tears took over. And I felt like, why is this happening? Why is God taking away all the good people? How can you get over one death when another one hits you? At this point, I couldn't even function correctly. I was scared to look at my text or answer a phone call from my family in fear of it being more bad news. Fear had taken over, and that was hard to beat. After burying my family members, it brought my cousins and I closer, and we created a group chat to remain in touch even when we were far away from each other. This was good for me because I had begun to struggle with taking care of myself yet again. Death can affect you positively or negatively. Sometimes it is just easier to take the negative route when you're already struggling emotionally. My fiance stayed on top of me about handling stress and helping with ways to cope with my losses. He was the strong person in my life who made sure I was always good. And I also had a queen, Chamira, who always gave me reassuring advice and was supportive through challenging times. Tears and all, she never judged, but was resilient, and which was so needed. Here I was working to get back on track after the self-sabotaging, the deaths, and feeling like giving up on it all. I have learned that I was constantly giving and giving and giving, and I never realized that I was never giving to myself. As long as everyone else was good, then that was great. But I left me out of the equation each and every time. I now take time for myself, and I'm consistent with my meditation and making sure that I take care of me first, and everything else follows and falls into place. I stay surrounded by a positive tribe with no expectations. I'm not completely healed, but I am on the right track for healing positively and absolutely. Kia, my spiritual guide, has been a huge help in learning how to heal and balancing my chakras. I just appreciate her so much for that. My story is for those who don't value themselves and have trouble practicing self-care. Some ways that I believe that you can help you is knowing that self-care is also self-love. You want to take care of yourself from the inside out, and you want to always have a cup that runs over and never pour from a cup that is half full or that is empty. This is when you see yourself in a different light and doors will open. After all, you are able to handle anything because your cup is running over. And to all my queens, when you're feeling down, stressed out, and overwhelmed, say it, write it down, and memorize. I decided I'm going to stop being sad, and I'm going to be a goddess of love and light, a queen of resilience and power, and a warrior of bold fearlessness. Straighten your crown and conquer. And I just love that. Trinika is an amazing person, and again, I read hers first, but this book has amazing accounts in it, and it's to uplift and inspire, no matter whether you are a man or a woman. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm here to do an energy update because we had some crazy difficult energies yesterday. So I call in my guides, my highest self, my team of light, and any other loving and caring energies that wish to bring in unconditional love and unconditional wisdom with guidance. All right, so we're starting with this deck. This is really cute. I just got it the other day. It was made in the 70s by Morgan Robbins, which is funny because Robbins is my last name. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to buy that. And it's very untraditional, and I love it already. Okay, so Spirit. So what is it that you can, what is it that everybody should know in order to help them navigate these energies? Oh, and that's part of why these energies are so like, kind of, we're in a Mercury retrograde, but we are also in the age of Aquarius, which is like higher learning, things like that. So we're seeing things in a different perspective, but also there is I forget what it's called, but there are 6 planets in alignment in Capricorn. So there may be a lot going on depending on where Capricorn is in your chart. You may feel a lot going on like with your home, your money, your surroundings, stability, and things like that. So now is the time to just like get in and be grounded. So whether that's like meditating, taking like cleansing baths, you know, taking a walk or things like that, something that'll connect you with like nature and like connect you with like your root chakra. All right, wow. So door to the Akashic Records. Be careful going around curves. This is awesome. All right, like I said, Mercury retrograde. So door to the Akashic Records is what comes out. And then be careful going around curves, meaning in the energy of Mercury retrograde and with things being the way they are in Capricorn, there is this energy of things, definitely energy coming up from the past. So it could be like past, you know, thoughts or memories, experiences. It could be past people, and it can be things like that. But be careful going around curves. What this says to me is that now is the time, especially because Mercury retrograde is going to do it for you anyways. This is an energy of being able to reevaluate, reassess, realign, and recalibrate yourself. We may feel like we want to rush forward, or like we're trying to get forward, but like things are kind of like holding us back, or like keeping us, you know, keeping us like still, at a standstill. And so what this is saying is it's just don't make any rash decisions right now. Because again, it's like things are still kind of like readjusting right now. And so no matter how, the more we push for that readjustment, the longer it's going to take. All right, so what else do we have for everybody? Okay. Oh my goodness. Love. Oh, I love this. Okay, and this comes out. I love this. Okay, so we may be in this feeling of being, again, that we want to take action, go forward, and things like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, the cats are having like a little battle. So we might be in this feeling of like kind of being like, again, like low, or feeling like unsure of ourselves, uncertain. And I'm trying to like explain like the energy that I've been like getting over the last few days. It's like this energy of like disappointment, like maybe like something didn't like work out the way you wanted, or it wasn't like the exact reaction that you like wanted from somebody, or just it can just be like something that is kind of making you question something, okay, is the energy that I'm getting. So when love comes out, what this is saying to me is like the clarity's coming soon, because we have the sun right here in the background. So we have clarity coming soon. And it's also about like having that compassion, because compassion not for other people specifically, it's for yourself. So it's like when you're in this feeling of like maybe things didn't work out the way you wanted, or you know, things are just maybe like taking a different turn than expected. It's not that they're not working out. It's like, it could be like a detour that you didn't expect, and it just kind of like made you stop to like look at it differently. But it's like the road is still, sorry, I'm trying to get it at just right. So I see this like road back here. It's like the path to the sun. And the compassion lies about having it for yourself when you're like going through these things, and having compassion for the fact that, again, things might be going forward. It just might look different or something, or it might like feel different than you expected it to. But it's about just kind of like, when you have love, you have an open heart, and it's being, I'm like getting warm, so like the message is coming in. It's like, it's about the energy of being accepting of it, okay? And about like trying to work with it within that framework. All right, it's about like accepting, okay, this is a challenge. This isn't what I expected, or this is different than what I pictured, but like, let's work with it. It's that kind of energy. All right, and it's also like, I don't know if you can see it here, but this one bird is kind of like stoic, and this other one's kind of like leaning in. So if there's anyone in your life who maybe is like, again, in these energies, but like maybe clamming up about it, or is unable to articulate or express themselves, it's about having the compassion that to like not push. I'm really heavily getting that message is like, whatever we resist persists. So it's like, the more you push at something, whatever it is, that's just the way energy works. It's like it'll resist it because you're putting force on it. If you just relax and like trusting that, hey, I might not know how exactly it's going to work out, but I know it's going to work out for the best for everybody and everything's going to really just go just right, even though it might not be exactly the way I pictured. Okay, it could just go differently than and it's like really about that energy. And it's like, if you just like trust, because fear is the opposite of love. So if you're in an energy of love, it's about like allowing the flow. And it's knowing that, yeah, you might not have the plan in front of you, but it's knowing that you can handle it around every curve. Because you've had this experience, like this past experience, whatever things are coming up for you right now with Mercury retrograde, it's coming up it's like almost to show you how resilient you are and how much you've learned and how far you've come. All right, so this is actually kind of a beautiful energy if you allow it to be. All right, so what else do we have here for everyone? Okay, so, I love that. All right, so I think I'll make a Buddha. Okay. And so, Spirit. Okay. So, it's like this. It's like when it snows outside, you're like, I think I'll make a snowman, right? So, it's this energy of like, oh, this happened? I think I'll get Zen. Oh, you said this and I didn't expect it. Or, oh, this came up. I think I'll make a Buddha. Like, I think I'll step into a Zen place. And it's almost like, again, removing yourself from like the direct, like it's like, okay, so they're showing me like the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm, it can be going like this around you, but like you're calm, you're centered, and you're like you're still. You're able to see like everything from every which way, because the calmer and more peaceful and more like Zen you are, centered, grounded, however you want to word that for yourself, okay, the more grounded and centered you are, it's like things just flow so easily. And it's like, I know it's going to work out, and I know it's going to work out because I know I can adapt and I can change and I can evolve because of everything I've gone through in the past. I know that I have all the tools, all the skills, and everything I need in order to like succeed any situation. I think I'll make a Buddha. I love that. It's like really, quite literally, when things get confusing or challenging or just maybe, discombobulated, where you're not sure what's up, what's down for the minute, or you're overwhelmed. It's like, take a step back and just be able to say to yourself, like, okay, let me look at this from like the wide angle lens or a different lens. And what is it I can learn from this, or how is it that I can handle this differently? And if you're not sure, it's like stepping into that love. Because like I said, you have somebody here who's like, you have the stoic person who maybe is just used to doing things all on their own and doesn't really know how to ask for help. It's maybe like offering that help to that person. And it's not even saying like, hey, independent person, do you need help? It could just be like as very simple as offering them a word of that Zen. Like offering, hey, what are you doing today? You want to take a quick walk? Or, you know, like you want to like just, you know, go sit by the water for a second or something like that. It could just be like very simply just like that. And if there isn't somebody with you who's like that, it's literally, if you're that person, it's literally allow those who love you to lean into you at this time. Okay, so Spirit, what else do we have for everybody? Orders. Further fact. Orders. Await. Yeah, okay, so again, it's that Mercury retrograde energy. We have orders. And on this card it says, orders, await, further orders, await, further orders. So it's that sense of like always being busy and always having something to do. Like we put ourselves in this kind of like, you know, daily chaos, you know, just, I got to do this and I got to do that. And then I got to run over here and then I got to go get my hair done. And then I got to take the kids to school or like, you know, whatever it is, I got to call a client. We put ourselves into that repetitive pattern of always being like busy. And what's funny to me is like that Mercury retrograde energy is, hold on, sorry. It is, be careful of going around curves, and underneath that is, I think I'll make a Buddha. All right, and so quite literally, we are in this energy of being slowed down, and we want to get back to this. What are we doing? Where are we going? Who do I got to see next to it? Who do I got to call? I got to go get a vaccine. I got to go do this. We want to get back to that so badly, and this isn't just about Mercury retrograde. This is like about the energy of just being like, in the, you know, social distancing thing and the half capacity, and we want to get out there and we want to go do and we want to go play. All right. So again, it's about taking that energy and putting it towards what you love, because again, when that like slow down energy comes in, or like an energy of being like, wow, that didn't go how I expected, like that kind of thing. It's really about like when you roll with those punches, that is the energy of love for yourself, to be like, okay, it's fine that I'm disappointed, but you know what? I know something else is coming, something equal or better than, right? This didn't work out, and yeah, my heart hurts, or it didn't go the way that I planned, or, you know, whatever. And it's, again, this energy of these orders, like, you know, this daily chaos. It lies on top of that Zen place, and it like keeps us in a distraction. So Spirit, what is it we want to, oh, I love this on the bottom. Okay, I'm taking this too. All right, so don't worry, you can do no wrong. So you see this dude like, he's like cutting off his mustache. It's like almost like, you know, drank too much wine, so I cut my hair. Like, like one of those things. And especially during Mercury retrograde, with the planets that we have in alignment. So Venus is a big factor. So like feeling some type of way about the way you look, about, you know, like the, you know, just whatever. It could be like vanity things. It could be your home. It could be comfort. It could be just beauty in life, right? So it's like wanting to change something up in that regard. Don't cut your hair. I'm sorry. They're showing me like, like somebody cutting like literally their bangs right off. Okay, and being like, oops, oh my God, like that didn't feel as good as I wanted it to. I thought there was going to be a release, and it's not. All right. Anyways, but here we have, don't worry, you can do no wrong. And then underneath it, we have boo, because you're going to be surprised. Oh, and this one just fell out. Oh my God. Okay. Let me get back to these very quickly. So it's about, don't worry, you can do no wrong, because sometimes when we're in that energy of wanting to go, 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 and we're being made to slow down and like look at things like, you know, home, stability, family, and Capricorn and comfort, money, career, All of these things have a very like earthly quality. It's about like, you know, that earthly sensual experience. Okay. Capricorn's about feeling safe and feeling grounded. All right. So we might feel like, what am I not doing? What am I doing wrong? What could I be doing better? What do I need to do to move forward? All right. And I have been in this energy. Like I have like, you know, had this feeling, and you know, like I'm human too, so like I'll get into it and then I try to really take a step back and be like, okay, why am I feeling this way? All right. And whether I know about energies and astrology or not, it doesn't matter. It's like I succumb to it just like everybody else. So what the surprise is with Boo is, even though you might feel like you might not be doing enough, or might not be doing it right, or maybe you feel like you're, you know, like there's something you're missing, okay? Guess what? Surprise, it's all literally going to work out, because the card literally just fell off the top of the deck. I love it. And I love the way this is. So, sorry. It's a butterfly with a caterpillar here, and it says in, and then significant change. Okay? And so what this says to me is, I explained it to somebody like this the other day. It is literally almost like the death process of being like squeezed through like the birth canal. It's like one last final squeeze before like the light comes. Things feel easier. They feel like they're flowing. They feel like they're moving. They feel like they're progressing. All right. So we're in this energy of like really literally being in the last stages of this chrysalis, or like the last stages of pregnancy. And we're like just about ready to like enter the world, like is a new, like is like the fresh, pure version of ourselves. And that's what this period is for. So if you can make this period, like this time frame, like work with you and work with it, things will be, your mind will become more relaxed. Things will become clearer, easier. And they're telling me surrender is the word that they're using. And so Spirit, what else do my guides want here? Yes. Okay, they're going to have me pull from mine over here. This is the Pillars of Light Oracle deck. These are available like upon like request. I don't keep them in stock, but I can have them printed if you like them. So these are mine. Anyways, and I hope you guys enjoyed that passage. I hope it resonated with you. It heavily resonated with me because, again, I'm one of those people who, and it's exactly me. Like, I promote self-love and self-care, and often I am very guilty of not doing it for myself. And I just thought that that was fantastic, because sometimes people who resonate with that, people don't understand, like, oh, like, you know, like you're sick, or, you know, like you had an event and like you had to take time off. It's okay. And somewhere in us, it's like this feeling of like guilt, sadness, whatever. And again, that is, you have to love yourself through that, because there's nothing wrong with you. But that is like and I say this in the most loving way, it's like a distortion of a good intention, right? Because we want to help other people, we want to be there, we want to nurture, we want to take care of, but at the same time, if we're literally have given all we got and we have nothing else coming in to replenish us, then what we give out into the world then becomes less valuable, because it's like it's trying to like squeeze water from a stone. And so if you are one of those people and you resonate with that, that is just a beautiful reminder, and it's to show you that you're not alone. And when that guilt, because that's like programming, and it's unconscious. It's just something that we unconsciously learn. And so that's where that guilt comes up, or like shame, because, well, I have to take a day off and I'm not doing enough, or I'm not helping enough, and that that feeling of being like the caregiver, the provider, the caretaker, the whatever it is, where it's just give, or go, and like nurturing and caring for everybody else. When we fail to do that for ourselves, it's actually a betrayal of like that divine light within you. It's like a betrayal of your essence, of the gift that you are trying to give people. And when you deny that, it's a betrayal of you. And so that's why I resonated with it heavily. That I read that and it made me cry, because we often feel that we're the only one who has those feelings of guilt and shame. And, you know, when we say, you know what, I can't do it today, or I'm not going to do it today. And we go and we just, again, invest in our own well-being. It's an investment. It's like if you had a job or a stock or whatever, you'd have no issue in investing in it. You'd be like, it's an investment. It's going to grow for me, and like, I'm going to gain from this in the future. So if you could look at yourself that way, that whatever time or whatever money that you like invest in your well-being, right? Like whether it's spiritual well-being, emotional well-being, mental well-being, you're the investment. And there's nothing to come from that except you will gain from it. And what you gain is it's like filling your battery. You know, and if what you love to do is give and nurture others, then what you gain from that is like quite literally, it's like a super powered superpower. You already have a superpower, and it's like you're supercharging it when you do that, to invest in yourself. All right. And that goes for men and women, okay? That goes for both. Okay, so. Okay. Oh, so yeah. So again, it's the energy of like wanting to come out and like wanting to like get out there, socialize, like wanting things to move, wanting to connect. It's a connection energy, because I have Shinobi and Silent Master in reverse, which to me is like hermit energy. And then we have spirit animals, which that's like, you know, when you find your spirit animal, that's like, that's your person, or that's like your spirit tribe or your soul tribe or your support system. Okay, so again, this love card, like I said earlier, it's like you might be that stoic friend or family member, or you might have somebody who's that stoic friend or family member, and it's about like leaning in to like offer that energy of love and support. And on the other side, if you're the one who's always giving and nurturing, you need that too. It's okay to ask. And a lot of times we hold a sense of, you know, well, I'm not, oh, you know, like I'm not doing it right. Where is that? Don't worry. You can do no wrong. Okay? So no, just understand, like, no matter what you do, all right? No matter what you do, it is part of the process. So, like, honor the process. Because processes are messy. You know, quite literally, like, not really anything in life is, like, just a perfect process. That's why they call it a process. Because, you know, there's things that you don't plan for. And, you know, the mixer breaks. And, you drop eggs. And there's flour all over the place. And it's about leaning in and surrendering to the process and trusting that the process, I love it, that the process is getting you to the master in training. You are gaining mastery over yourself and over your environment. And yes, these are chicken wings. We're in Buffalo, people. It was a photo I took. And this was actually a photo taken while I was training for my first chef job. All right, or cook job. So, that's my coworker there. But yeah, this is preparing you to like become a master of yourself, a master of your life, a master of your domain, a master of your, circumstances, and like where you devote your energy, and like how you devote it and how you delegate it. This is quite literally very beautiful. Even though, again, it feels like that, like final squeeze. It's uncomfortable energy. This energy these last few days has been very uncomfortable. All right, so Spirit, what else do we have to tell people? Oh, wow, that's a lot. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so this pops out and it's just confirming this message of love. The opposite of fear is love. The opposite of being afraid is, trust, okay? And with trust comes flow. So we have soften in reverse. We have fly and movement. And we have the great spiral and natural cycles in reverse, because again, we have like gone, this is a natural cycle, like a planetary, there are like 6 planets in alignment, which only happens like once every, I think the last time it happened was this 1960s, during like the Cultural Revolution of the 1960s. Okay, so that was a very like impactful time energetically, astrologically. We're in that same energy now. It's like uncomfortable, and it's like this way and that way. Like you might feel like you're being pulled, like okay, like 1 minute I'm in that energy of like trust and flow, and then the next minute I'm feeling like I'm nervous, or like I'm tense, or like things are stuck and they're not moving, and I feel like I'm stuck in the same old cycle, or like I'm repeating the same old things. Well, again, what the universe wants you to know is this is about it's teaching you to be resilient, and it's also teaching you how far you've come and how much you've actually accomplished. Because when these old situations or memories or feelings or whatever it is come up, it's like you're just looking at it completely different, because you are so much grown since you looked at this last. You are so much evolved since you had experienced this last. You are so much further ahead in like your development since you've gone through this last. And so when these energies of like being like this tension, and like I don't know where to go or what direction to go, or I feel like I'm stuck or at a crossroads, and I feel like I'm repeating old things, understand that first of all, it's part of the process in order to show you, to demonstrate your achievement and your accomplishment. Even though you might not feel that's what it is what it is, because a master has to go back to the lesson in order to be like, oh wow, I really did master that. Wow, I didn't even like see that about myself. I didn't even realize that about myself. That's really cool. So, and again, it's, I think I'll make a Buddha. It's like when you see snow outside, like, I think I'll make a snowman. All right. If it's hot outside, I think I'll make a lemonade. It's like when you find yourself in this energy, I think I'll maybe take a step back and just, even if it's 2 minutes, that is self-care. To just breathe. And one practice I just taught one of my clients the other day. I did an energy healing session, and I literally taught her, it's very simple tapping, but you tap at your higher heart and your throat chakra. It does 2 things. Physiologically, your thymus is right here, and when you gently tap, it actually releases a relaxation response that is controlled by your parasympathetic system. And the other thing that it does is it actually brings you into mindfulness, and it actually brings you back to center, and it brings you into the present moment. And it just allows you to connect and ground yourself. And you could do it for as short or as long a time as you need. And I taught hers with a mantra, and it's the sound of Ahim. And Ahim is actually that connection to self. Like we all know Om, right? That's the sound of the beginning of the universe. Ahim is like the recognition of self. Ahim. Ahim. Okay? And so I do that every day at 3 p.m. and I love it. And it just is like, it's like a moment for me. It's like a little gift in the middle of the day. I love it. I really do. And you would think something like that is not a big deal. And it just really, like I said, physiologically, it changes you, and it, spiritually and mentally, it just brings you back to center, to that present moment, to the here and now. Okay, and so Spirit, what else do we have for everybody here today? Yeah, okay. So we have connection, self, and spirit and your highest good. And we have that actually, and yes, it's a praying mantis. He was on top of my car once. He was adorable. We actually have that come out in reverse because, again, yeah, the opposite of feeling connected to spirit is being all up in your thoughts. You know, like a sense of anxiety or overthinking or like worrying or stress or just mental tension. Okay, that is the energy of feeling like disconnected from like self or like from, you know, spirit or the universe or, you know, however you want to, you know, phrase that for yourself. And so spirit's advice is, I love it. Just, release and, I don't know, there we go, maybe right there, release and let go. Shoot. Release and let go. I don't know if I can get this to, not really, huh? It's a picture of my hand with henna on it, giving the finger. And it says, release, compassion, and let go. Because, again, it's not about, when we hear the phrase let go, we think, oh, like I have to give up on something. No, it means to step back and allow, like, it's just being able to like step back and allow, like, once you put it on like autopilot for a minute, it's trusting that that system is going to work. So think about that. If airline pilots didn't trust the autopilot system, none of us would fly anywhere. I mean, those pilots don't fly straight through. They don't, you know, like, they take breaks, they take naps, especially on the way to Europe. If they didn't trust the system, though, we'd have a lot of exhausted pilots. Or we'd have pilot crews of, like, you know, 5 people, especially for, like, you know, 24-hour flights. So, again, it's about trusting the process, trusting the way it's working, and trusting that it's going to work out in a way that, yeah, it might not be exactly what you pictured, but it's like it's going to be exactly what you need to get you in the place that you want to be. Okay, and what they're giving me is, yeah, but don't worry about the place you want to be, because the place you want to be could change. So worry about the now. It's about worrying about the now. Okay, that's all about that. And then what else? Wow, I love that. Yeah. All right. Because you are on a quest and on a journey. And if you see how small these people are in this expansive, it's a valley, okay? And they're all just kind of like in their own world, doing their own thing, right? And what this says, it's in the scheme of things as humans, we may think that every little action we take has some gigantic consequence. And the thing is it doesn't. These little movements that we make towards goals or towards something we want to do or we want to accomplish, all right, we always have the chance to like course correct and like make it better. We always have the chance to improve it and like resubmit. And they're actually showing me like a scientist who has a theory, writes out a hypothesis, performs the experiment, and the experiment is like almost there, but like right at the end, it just doesn't prove the theory. So now what he's got to do is he's not going to say, well, that's it, fuck that. Wow, I quit. That was meant to be. Oh my God, that was meant to be. He doesn't say that. He goes, you know what? Let me try to rework it a different way or reframe it from a different point of view. And then we're going to try the experiment again. But instead of doing like this one little thing, we're going to do this other little thing. And each time he does that, it gets him closer and closer and closer until eventually he's there. But he's not thinking about the there. He's like, what do I have to do now in order to get this to work properly? In order to go according to my theory. And look at what my clumsiness and divinely guided, I might add, dusk before dawn. Because again, it's like I said, being in this energy is similar to like being in the birth canal and like being in like the labor process, and you can see the light, and you know, mom's still pushing and We're almost there. And so when we come out on the other side, it's going to feel like a big release, a breath of fresh air, a lot of clarity, a lot of flow and like freedom feeling. It's going to be like not restrictive. And that's actually like coming soon. They're telling me, oh my God, it's the second time this card, this energy. Surprises. I love it with Boo. Because no matter what you're doing, you are doing it right. Oh my God, I love that. All right. And yeah, I love that. See? Yeah. So we have fear here. And fear is like the fear of not being good enough. The fear of, am I doing it right? Am I going the right way? Am I making the right choices? Am I looking at this the right way? A lot of that mental space stuff. So it's about getting into union, all of you, with all parts of you. So not just that mental, that thinking, what do I do? Where do I go? What's next? It's literally about connecting your heart space, and that tapping exercise I gave you, that'll help do that. To like center your mind, calm, and to bring up your heart space, love. And when the two connect, it's union. And it's the union of like all that is right in the world. And when you're in that space, of love, and I think I'll make a Buddha, you can literally attempt, take care of, and accomplish anything. Everything. Because it flows and it just goes easy. And literally, wow. All these cards that fall, this is the one that like landed right in between like my kneecaps. And it's game and strategy, because every game can take a turn different than we think. That other player can rattle us with one motion. And in that game, to change or switch our strategy, if you're a good game player, you will. Any game player who sticks to one plan and that's it, and will not deviate in regards to changes or occurrences or chaos or just chance. Wow. As I pick up the deck, I love it. On the bottom, confidence. And the confidence is that I always face and conquer my fear. Because we may see that the game is going differently than we expected. But change up your strategy, it's okay. There's nothing you're doing wrong, and you're doing it all right. That is beautiful. All right, done with this one. I'm going to pull from one more, and then I appreciate you, whoever you are, for being there. But readings by donation, and again, I knew the energies were like very tough tonight, so I figured there wasn't going to be a lot of people visiting, which is fine. Last couple of days were very, like I said, that very like harsh kind of energy, and I was definitely in it. So after I get away from, after I center my human self, then I usually get the call to come out and share with you guys so you guys can center yourself. Okay, so I hope this is helping, and I hope that it offers you some peace of mind, peace of heart. And so just know that the flow is there, and it doesn't really matter which way the wind blows. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. Okay? So what else we got for everyone? Whoa. Wow. Yeah, we were just talking about self-love. Oh my gosh. So in the beginning of the video, I shared my friend Chernika, her passage in her book entitled Women Inspiring Nations. Amazing. And the passage literally related to self-love. You have to recharge your battery in order to make sure that your outer world is wonderful. Because when you're wonderful on the inside, trust me, everything is so much easier on the outside. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Self-love, relaxation, regeneration, I can't say this word. Satiety within. Okay, sorry. And replenishment. My goodness, that was a mouthful. So this is the Southern Oracle, and I just think it's an adorable deck. It's an independent on Etsy. And I don't know, there is no right angle. There we go. So you could see she's in the bath with bubbles, got her feet up. Again, this is about taking the time to care for yourself and to make sure that you are replenished and feeling abundant from within. Because if you're feeling drained, then guess what your outer world looks like? It also looks and feels draining. All right, so, and again, like I said, these energies and the astrological stuff going on is helping to put us in these energies. So we got to like counter that as humans. We got to take action and be like, okay, these energies are kind of, it's time for me to like do a little something and do a thing. And like, so I can, you know, have that like, that moment of peace and that like, that parasympathetic response of relaxation. Okay. Swinging on the front porch, good times, cozy feelings, slow down, be in nature, thankfulness. Again, it's about that grounding energy. So the tapping, it could be hanging out with an old friend. It could be, you know, again, meditating, reading a book, taking a walk, going sledding. I just did that and I did it last week and it was literally like so good for my soul. I'm going again. Hopefully I could drive tomorrow when it like crashes snow here in Buffalo. I'm super excited. So it's literally good for your soul to just go just do something that just brings you to that level of peacefulness. Even if it's like, oh, one cute thing, I listened to that John, like, you know, it's in my car radio. So John Tesh, he comes out with the like, now you know kind of stuff. And one thing he said is that when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, watching 15 minutes of like your favorite cartoon will actually help to induce that relaxation response. And I thought that was pretty awesome. Okay. Because like maybe meditation's not your thing. Come to Jesus. Truthful communication, integrity, divine intervention, surrender, reconciliation. Okay. So, again, it's about having that integrity to yourself, because when you self-love and self-care, that is having integrity with the divine part of you. And by not nurturing yourself, you can nurture others, but you gotta be first in line, because it's like the leader of a wolf pack. They're there to protect the pack and be the leader, but there's also two other wolves that are there to like protect and like make sure he's taken care of, because if the leader goes down, all chaos ensues. So you got to take care of you. All right. And it's about truthful communication. So again, it might be an energy of like not knowing how to ask for help or for support, but it's about in whatever way you can have that integrity for yourself. Or if you see someone else going through it, it's about having the integrity and maybe like reaching out, offering a hand of, you know, hey, you know, you want a cup of coffee? You want to go for a walk? Can I offer anything? Can I give you a hand? If this isn't your energy, if this is someone you're connecting with. Two peas in a pod. This card keeps coming out. Soul partnership, resonance, true love, mirror, match, blessings, life mate. So this comes out in reverse. And what this says to me is, again, it's about maybe not feeling connected to like your soul right now, to your soul purpose. Hold on. Yeah, it's like this energy of maybe feeling, again, like separate and not, you know, particularly like in a super loving, fun, high vibrational energy. Again, this is an energy of being like kind of like irritated, agitated, and frustrated. All right, and that's just what it is. The reason I'm on here is to give you guys tools and to give you guys tools and guidance in navigating for these energies, but it's also to give you guys hope and a sense of, it really is going to be okay. All right. So on the bottom is how's your mom and them? And it's your people, reach out, strong roots, connection, presence, reunion, foundation. Again, reaching out to your support system and your foundation. They keep repeating the same messages, and I feel like it's getting really repetitive. So, Spirit, is there anything else that you would like to share with everybody? Okay, they're telling me to pull from one more deck. I don't know why it was all like Oracle decks tonight, but it was fun. Okay, let me see here. Sometimes they do that. This is another cute deck they're having me pull from. This one. Okay, in Spirit, so what advice, tools, and guidance can you offer to everybody in order to navigate these energies to their best and highest good? Advice, guidance in order for... Wow. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, so this card, Star, comes out in reverse. And what I love about this card coming out in reverse is, so again, advice and guidance. It's about like looking for answers. Like sometimes like we think the answers are always outside of ourselves, or we think the answers are super distant and super far away, or like really hard to attain, or it can be feeling like we're very distant from the answer, or from the revelation, or from the objective, or the goal, or whatever it is. When this Star comes out in reverse, I don't know if you could see it, but she's actually like pulling, like, she's actually like pulling herself apart, like in her like guts, but in her guts are the same stars that seem so far away. So sometimes we wish for things, like we wish, I wish I knew the answer. I wish I knew the direction. I wish I knew what I was supposed to do next. The reason this comes out in reverse as advice is because the answers are not far away. They're literally within you. And I love the reference because we are made of stardust. That's one of our ingredients as human beings. We're made of stardust. Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Stephen Hawking, it's scientific. All right. One of our ingredients is stardust. And so that's the divinity within us. That is the image of our creator, the stars, like the universe, the Big Bang, the whatever. I'm a science person. So for me, we belong to the stars. And that divinity, whatever you call that, whether it's God, source, intuition, nature, whatever that is for you, that's within you. It's within every single person. It's within every single living sentient being on the planet. We are made of that pure essence. So again, it's when looking for the answers, the harder you look outside of yourself, the harder it's going to be, because it's always in the last place you look, which is inside you. It's within your soul. So your soul knows the answers. And you can absolutely connect with that soul part of yourself, the tapping. That's going to help ground you into that energy. The same with like taking a walk. Or me, I love to take a drive. Like I could drive for like 2-3 hours just to like, for like it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a new perspective, a new point of view. Blow the steam off, okay? I love taking drives. I love taking walks. Like I said, sledding for me, I love to meditate, but it's for whatever. Maybe you play the guitar and you get lost in that. Maybe you bake cupcakes and cookies. Do that. You know what I mean? Whatever it is for you, get lost in something. Because that's where the answers lie. Oh, I love this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so... Give me one more. What is bird? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, message. That's what I thought. Okay. So, I just wanted to... So, okay, I have bird in reverse with mute in reverse. And then I also have gift here. All right? So birds always for me are messengers. But what I'm getting with this, because when you see this bird, she's not in flight. She's kind of like, huddled, or it's like, to me that looks very protective of herself. And what I first got when I looked at it was like wounded bird. I don't know why. So what I'm getting with that, and then with mute in reverse, it's like, so I feel like if you got, again, okay, I know what this, all right. So I spoke of earlier, there's an energy of like there being like a feeling of like being depressed, something didn't go a certain way. Or maybe it didn't go the way you pictured. Or maybe it was like you had this like built up in your head a certain way and it just looked different. Still was like the same thing, but like maybe it just like looked a little different. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, so birds, okay, can be messages, but they can also be like thoughts, okay, to me, for some, as a reader for me. So again, it's like, so whatever this message or this thought or whatever it was, right, that was like, what I'm getting is like literally like making a lot of noise, or it could be like something somebody said to you, right? Maybe a loved one, maybe you were expecting a conversation went a certain way, and I don't know why, this might only be for a few of you, but I'm getting like wanting a conversation to go a certain way, and then like they didn't say it the way you wanted, or it didn't come out right, or like a foot in the mouth kind of moment, or, well, I didn't mean it like that kind of thing. I don't know why I'm getting that. And then what I have here is gift, but you see how big her heart is here? So, okay, and we have like the light around her head here, right? It's almost like a, what do you call it? Halo. So what I'm getting here, and then we have like all these little stars and things and confetti coming out of her heart. So it's like what I'm getting here is it's again, it's that love energy. So she's holding her hand under the heart to like catch the confetti that's coming out of it. But if you look at her, she's like she doesn't look like the happiest person in the world. But again, it's a gift. So whatever this was for you, whether it was like this message, this conversation, maybe a letter you got in the mail in regards to something, do you know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. So whether it was something super positive that like you were absolutely like waiting for and it made your heart expand, or whether this was something that didn't maybe quite look like what you wanted it to look like or what you pictured it looking like, understand that this was a gift to help like actually like grow you, to help you evolve, to help you like grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And see how big her heart is compared to the size of her body. It's like literally like having that heart expansion for like, wow, you didn't say the certain thing that I pictured you saying it. It's like, okay, this is the example they're giving me. A fiance wanting to be proposed to by her boyfriend or whatever, and she pictures him pulling up in this white carriage and like these horses and, you know, rose petals all over the place and fireworks and she has the feeling he's gonna pop the question, and then he comes in and he's like, hey, can I see you tonight? And she's like got this all pictured in her head and she's all excited, she gets all dressed up, and the doorbell rings, she opens the door and it's like him in his car, and he's like, all right, ready? I have reservations at whatever. And it's probably not any different than what he like normally would have done. You know, like it's extra special. He took extra care. Maybe he dressed up. Maybe he took you to a real like, you know, nice fancy place or something like somewhere you've never been to before, real exclusive. But it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's like it wasn't what you pictured. And it's like there's like a deflation energy there, like, oh. And again, it's like not anybody's doing, almost like but your own. And as humans, we tend to like maybe project things. Like, but I thought it was gonna be like special. And like if you think about it, it was really special. He dressed up, he got the car washed, he pre-ordered your favorite bottle of wine, you know, whatever it was. But because there was this expectation or this like picture in your head, but this experience wasn't meant to make you disconnected, and it wasn't meant to make you think you did the wrong thing. It wasn't meant to make you think that that's the wrong person. It was meant to grow you, and your heart becomes bigger. It's like kind of like the Grinch, you know what I mean? It's like your heart grows then, because you're like, oh wow, like that was really beautiful. And like that expectation or that picture of it, that was really like all on me. And if I expected a certain thing a certain way, well, I just gotta be open to like, it is what it is. And it, you know, like ask yourself, was this not what I wanted? No, not at all. It was what you wanted. Was it the way you planned? Well, not really. Am I still happy? Yeah, I'm still happy. Am I still grateful it happened? And actually, in the end, am I grateful that it went this way? Wow, you know what? I didn't think I would be, but I'm actually grateful that it went this way instead of the way I had planned. And for some reason, that might only be for like one or two of you, but that's kind of what my guide showed it to me as, was like a scenario like that. So however that resonates for you guys. All right. Well, I love you. And I really appreciate you guys always watching and sticking around. And yeah, yay, I pick up the deck and there's Goddess. Because again, it's that self-mastery. And when you're in that energy of mastering your head and your heart, then it's like you're in that Goddess energy where, again, things just flow and come easy. You know what I mean? And like even the tough shit just seems easier. So it's about giving to that cup within. And it's about really like taking, again, even if it's just at 60 seconds to tap. And the mantra is just Ahim, Ahim, Ahim. And if Om is the sound of the creation of the universe, Ahim is the sound of our soul. And if you just take that 60 seconds to like ground in, tap in, and connect, you'll find that it's extremely beneficial, and it's able to keep you in the energy of love, the energy of, I think I'll make a Buddha, and like lemons into lemonade. I'm surprised that card didn't come out in the Southern Oracle. And it's about knowing that you are on a quest of mastery, and that surprise, 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 everything's going to turn out in the end. So I really hope this was helpful, guys. I love you so much. And like I said, I just jumped on here because the energies the last few days were literally like, oh my God, I was uncomfortable the last couple of days. And so I just thought, oh, I love you so much, Janie. You're my favorite. I love you. Thank you for being here. And again, yeah, it was just to offer a little bit, because again, it was an energy of just like being confused and like overwhelmed and anxiety, and then like totally at peace. And then like, it's almost like the energy of like a push and pull, like two different directions. Just understand that it's not just you. This is astrological. And again, the same energy we had in the middle of the 1960s. So that was like, you know, but it's not going to last very long. By like mid-March, we're going to be, like I said, through the birth canal, we're going to be birthed. We're going to be the butterfly. We're going to be out of the chrysalis and out of the, you know, breaking through experience. We're going to have been broken through. Okay? And things are going to feel a lot easier. A lot easier, excuse me. And a lot more flowy. So, just try to, again, the only thing you can do is just keep yourself grounded. And when you are in that energy, try to not get mad at yourself or, you know, well, I should be doing this better. I should be doing that better. No, just, I feel anxious right now, and that's okay. So I'm conscious of it. I'm aware of it. So if I feel anxious, I'm going to go take a walk. I feel disappointed today. Okay, well, I'm going to buy myself, you know, roses. Or I'm feeling frustrated today. Okay, well, I'm going to like watch a movie and, you know, bake some cookies or whatever that is. It's about like acknowledging it to, again, extend that investment to you. Invest in you, because if you're the one who helps everybody else and makes everything a well-oiled machine, well, what happens when the well-oiled machine isn't taken care of? Okay, so, all right, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. I love that you were here, and I hope you have a beautiful week. All right, love you guys. Bye. Oh, very quickly, if you do want a personal read, you know, you can book me. You just gotta like message, or you can call. And again, I do remote energy healing sessions, which I love doing, and I have had amazing feedback, and I am in love with this, and it just is, it's beneficial for me because I heal as well as helping you to find your path to healing. And it's just really a beautiful and amazing experience. It's beautiful and amazing to hear from my clients when they're finished with the energy session. Even days and weeks later, there's still after effects, and I am just loving this. I've had like crazy amazing reviews and messages lately, and so I may be changing up my website and my Etsy shop a little bit. I'll still sell my spiritual baths and my guided practices, and I'm adding activations as well. Okay, so I have like a high priestess activation, which I will share later. I have a like romance return activation. I have a chakra rebalancing and activation. And so, yeah, so my things are shifting a little bit, which is awesome and which is great. And I'm trying to go with the flow, and I'm loving it. So I don't know if you guys ever, you know, have any questions, please reach out. Feel free. I love you so much. And don't forget to make that investment in yourself. Oh, and if you get the chance, oh my God, get this book. It's on Amazon. Or you can go to actually Deja Vu Skin. Hold on. Where's her thing? DejaVuSkin.com, I believe. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it on camera here. So this is Trinika. Hi. I love her. She's so sweet. So I don't know if you guys can see right there the website, VuSkin.com. You can find her on Instagram as well. Sorry, I was trying to get that clear, but it's like very blurry. There we go. Maybe that's clearer. All right. Love you guys. Give her a look-see. She's an amazing person. She also has a self-care journal, which I just think is amazing. And so I love that as well. Oh, and she carries soaps that are so like luxurious, and the aroma is just beautiful. She gave me a chakra balancing one, and my skin is soft. The aroma and the fragrance is just amazing. And like I said, I don't know like what she uses in there, but like very, very soft skin, and I love it. So check out Trinika's products. Love her. She's an amazing person. And if there is nobody that wants a personal reading, going once, going twice, then you can always hit me up for a personal one privately, and you guys know where to find me. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, all that. You can check out some of my meditations on YouTube and stuff like that. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful night. Okay.